There are moments in life when someone you care about stops calling or messaging, and the quiet stretches longer than you expected. Days turn into weeks, and the unanswered space between you begins to feel heavier. It is natural for the mind to wander. You wonder if they lost interest, if you did something wrong, or if you have faded from their thoughts. In a world where connection is only a fingertip away, silence can feel confusing. But silence is never empty. It carries meaning. And today we uncover three truths that explain what it genuinely signals. By the time we reach the end, you will view silence not as rejection, but as a form of communication that guides you toward clarity. The first truth is simple, but difficult to accept. Sometimes a long period of silence means you are not a priority in their life. It does not mean you are unworthy or unimportant as a person. It simply means that, for them, other things take precedence. People make time for what they value. Even with busy schedules, someone who genuinely wants you in their life will find a small moment to reach out, even with a short message or a quick call. When someone keeps their distance consistently, it is usually a choice rather than an accident. People give energy where they feel emotional reward, and when someone truly enjoys your presence, they do not allow long gaps to appear. Acceptance of this truth is not weakness, it is freedom. When you recognize that you are no longer at the center of someone's attention, you can stop waiting and focus on the people who cherish your presence without hesitation. The second truth is more compassionate. Silence can be a sign that someone is struggling privately. Not every disappearance is rooted in neglect. Life can weigh heavily on people, and many fight battles no one sees. Anxiety, sadness, burnout, financial stress, or family trouble can make even a simple message feel overwhelming. Some people cope by retreating into themselves, not because you do not matter, but because they feel lost in their own storm. Psychological patterns like avoidant coping make individuals withdraw rather than seek comfort. In moments like this, silence is less about you and more about their pain. You can reach out with kindness and remind them that support is available, but you cannot fix their problems or force them to open up. Healing is something they must choose for themselves. Your role is to offer warmth without sacrificing your own well-being. The third truth is the hardest one to face. Sometimes silence is the natural ending of a connection. Not all relationships are meant to travel with us through every chapter of life. Some people enter our story to teach us something, to help us grow, or to accompany us for a season. And when their part is done, the distance begins. It hurts because you remember how close things once were, how often you spoke, how many moments were shared. But silence can serve as quiet closure, a gentle way the universe signals that it is time to let go. Holding on to someone who has already moved forward only deepens the ache. When you release them, you make room for new connections that are steady, present, and sincere. Every ending creates the space for new beginnings. Now that we understand what silence can mean, the question becomes, how should you respond? If the silence reveals that you are not a priority, step back. Do not chase. Your worth is too precious to be placed in the hands of someone who cannot see it. If the silence stems from their inner struggles, offer compassion while keeping healthy boundaries. You can care without losing yourself. And if the silence signals the end of the relationship, allow yourself to move forward with grace. Life always brings new people whose presence feels effortless and real. Above all, Never let someone else's quietness diminish your value. You are still deserving of care, respect, and connection. Silence from another person does not define you. It simply guides you toward the people who will show up, who will reach out, and who will never let long stretches of time pass without reminding you that you matter. If this message brought you clarity, feel free to support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for being here.